You can't seriously be planning to use the main entrance, my sister Diana sneered, gesturing to my worn laptop bag and simple blazer. This is the elevation. There are standards. I stood in front of Manhattan's newest luxury high-rise, its 60 stories of gleaming glass and steel piercing the autumn sky. My sister, resplendent in designer wear, had reluctantly agreed to meet me outside after I'd mentioned having news about my latest project. The service entrance is around back, she pointed, adjusting her Hermes scarf. Where the cleaning staff go in. I have a meeting here, I said quietly, checking my watch. 10 minutes until the board presentation that would change everything. A meeting? You? Diana laughed. Let me guess. Another one of your innovative proposals that no one wants to fund? Face it, Sarah, you're not cut out for real estate development. 5 years ago those words would have stung. Now they just made me smile. Actually, I'm here to see Miss Morgan. A doorman rushed forward, his eyes wide. We've been expecting you. The board is assembled in the penthouse conference room. Diana's perfectly sculpted eyebrows shot up. There must be some mistake. My sister's a small-time contractor. She doesn't. Sarah Morgan, the doorman confirmed, checking his tablet. Founder and CEO of Morgan Sustainable Development. The board has been eagerly awaiting your presentation. CEO. Diana's voice rose an octave. But you work out of a home office. A home office that just closed a $2 billion development deal, I corrected gently. Would you like to join us for the announcement? Mom and Dad are already upstairs. The doorman held open the gleaming glass doors, revealing a marble lobby larger than my first apartment. Diana stood frozen as residents stopped to stare at us. Or rather at me. But your clothes are chosen for comfort during 18-hour workdays, I finished. Designer labels don't impress sustainable energy investors. The elevator doors opened directly into the penthouse conference room, where New York's real estate elite sat waiting. Mom and Dad occupied chairs near the back, looking confused about why they'd been invited. Ms. Morgan, the board chairman stood. We're ready for the unveiling of the Morgan Innovation Tower. The what? Diana whispered, her voice faint. I stepped to the front of the room, pulling up the holographic display that would show my vision for transforming the elevation into the city's first zero-carbon luxury residence. For those who haven't heard, the chairman continued, Ms. Morgan's company has acquired controlling interest in the elevation, along with 6 other premium properties in Manhattan. Mom's coffee cup clattered against its saucer. Dad's face shifted from confusion to disbelief as the chairman kept speaking. The Morgan Innovation Tower will set new standards for luxury living, he announced. Led by the woman who's revolutionizing sustainable development across the country. Diana sank into a chair, her designer outfit suddenly seeming overdressed as board members focused on my presentation rather than her appearance. The building's new name goes up tonight, I said, pulling up the digital rendering. Along with the announcement of our complete sustainable retrofit. New name. Mom found her voice. But the elevation is the most prestigious. The chairman corrected. The Morgan Innovation Tower will make it look outdated. Your daughter's vision for sustainable luxury has attracted investors from around the world. I clicked to the next slide, showing the transformation that would begin tomorrow. Solar glass, vertical gardens, and a revolutionary energy system that would make the building self-sufficient. But Sarah doesn't even own property, Diana protested weakly. Sarah Morgan owns more premium real estate than anyone else in Manhattan, the chairman replied. She's been quietly acquiring buildings for years while developing her sustainable technology. Dad's face had gone pale as he realized his impractical daughter now owned the building he'd spent years bragging about living in. Now, I said, watching my family's expressions, shall we discuss the new residence requirements? I believe sustainable living commitments will be part of all new lease agreements. The room filled with enthusiastic nods from board members who'd seen the projected value increases my innovations would bring. Sometimes success doesn't wear designer labels. Sometimes it wears comfortable shoes and carries a worn laptop bag, quietly building an empire while others focus on appearances. The day was young and I had a skyline to transform. The presentation screen lit up with my company's latest acquisition figures. 7 luxury buildings in Manhattan, 3 in Chicago, and development rights for sustainable high-rises in 12 major cities. As you can see, I continued, ignoring Diana's audible gasp, Morgan's sustainable development isn't just changing one building, we're transforming the entire concept of luxury living. The returns on Ms. Morgan's previous projects, the chairman added, have averaged 300% above market rate. The waiting list for units in her Chicago development is 3 years long. Mom's hands shook as she reached for her water. But you work from home. From my smart home development lab, I corrected, where we perfected the technology that's about to make the elevation obsolete. The holographic display shifted to show my building's new features. Photovoltaic glass that generated power while maintaining perfect views, vertical farms that would supply residents with organic produce, and an AI system that would make current, smart homes look primitive. Your rent will be adjusted accordingly, I added, watching Diana's face pale. Though current residents will have first right of refusal on the new leases, assuming they meet our sustainability requirements. Rent. Diana's voice cracked. But we're founding residents. We have rights. You have leases, I corrected gently, which are now held by my company. The same company you said would never succeed because I refused to dress the part of a real estate developer. The chairman smiled, pulling up more figures. Ms. Morgan's unorthodox approach has proven remarkably effective. While others focused on appearance, she focused on innovation. The results speak for themselves. The screen filled with headlines from financial papers. Morgan's sustainable development revolutionizes luxury market. Billion-dollar empire built on green technology. Sarah Morgan, the future of urban living. But you drive a hybrid, Dad protested weakly. An electric vehicle I helped design, I nodded. It's being released next quarter. The waiting list is already 6 months long. Diana stared at her designer handbag, probably calculating how many lease payments it could cover under the new rates. The building's sustainable requirements, I continued, pulling up the new lease terms, will include mandatory participation in our renewable energy program, commitment to zero-waste practices, and support of our vertical farming initiative. And if we don't agree, someone called from the back, then you'll miss out on the most significant property value increase in Manhattan's history, the chairman replied. Ms. Morgan's previous buildings have appreciated 500% within 2 years of renovation. Mom's perfectly maintained composure cracked as she watched board members eagerly sign off on my plans. Her daughter, the one she'd criticized for not maintaining a professional image, was about to become her landlord. The Morgan Innovation Tower will be completed in 18 months, I announced, showing the construction timeline. Though the name change happens tonight, I believe you can see the installation crew arriving now. Everyone turned to the window, watching as workers prepared to mount enormous letters across the building's facade. My name would soon tower over the city skyline. But what about our status? Diana whispered. The elevation is known for being outdated, I finished. The Morgan Innovation Tower will set new standards for what luxury means in the modern age. Your status will come from being part of the future, not clinging to the past. The chairman stood, addressing the room. The future of luxury real estate isn't about exclusivity, it's about sustainability. Ms. Morgan understood this years ago, while the rest of us were focused on marble lobbies and designer labels. Dad looked down at his Italian leather shoes, probably remembering all the times he'd criticized my practical footwear. All those meetings you said you couldn't attend because you were working were board meetings, I nodded. With investors who cared more about my ideas than my outfit choices. The screen showed one final figure. My company's current market valuation. Diana's designer scarf slipped from her shoulders as she saw the number. Now, I said, checking my watch, shall we head downstairs? I believe the new signage is ready for unveiling. As the sun set over Manhattan, my name blazed to life across the building's facade in eco-friendly LED lights. Morgan Innovation Tower glowed against the darkening sky, visible from Central Park to the financial district. Diana stood in the crowd below, her designer outfit lost among the tech executives and sustainability investors who'd gathered for the unveiling. Mom and Dad lingered near the back, watching their impractical daughter command the attention of New York's elite. The first units will be available next spring, my assistant announced to the eager crowd. Priority will be given to residents committed to our zero-carbon lifestyle program. And current residents? Diana asked weakly. We'll need to reapply, I replied, scanning the property valuations on my tablet. Though I hear there's a lovely building on Fifth Avenue that still prioritizes designer labels over sustainable living. The crowd chuckled. My reputation for transforming outdated luxury into sustainable innovation had made me a darling of the investment world. No one cared that I wore last season's blazer. They cared that my last 3 buildings had tripled their property values. Sarah, Mom stepped forward, her voice small. All those times we criticized your choices taught me valuable lessons, I finished. Like how true luxury isn't about appearance, it's about impact. As cameras flashed and reporters gathered, I caught Diana eyeing the service entrance she tried to send me through earlier. Don't worry, I smiled. That door's being replaced with a renewable energy monitoring station. All entrances will be equal in the sustainable future.